Adam Collins here with Mitchell Starc for the final word. Kookburra Cricket fueling it for all that cricket. Mitchell, of course, being a Kookburra man, having a wonderful test match here in Pune, where Australia, against all expectations, have won by 333 runs. Mitch, is that the highest mark of your career so far?
Over in India, for sure, in subcontinent cricket. I think the way everyone's probably written us off for this series and to come out and play the way we did, showed a lot of character from a young team and some big performances there from obviously some young guys in Renshaw in the first and second innings, and then the skipper led the way with the bat in the second to score one of his great hundreds, I think. To be out there and watch from the other end for a bit was great to see his application, and really led from the front in the skipper's knock.
What Mitch is, of course, doing is leaving out his own wonderful performances, and we'll come to those. But first of all, Renshaw made 68. It was split over two stanzas during running off with a diarrhoea incident. What sort of reception did he get in the rooms from the lads that afternoon?
We weren't quite sure what was happening at the start. There was a lot of arm waving and trying to call someone out to bat, and we weren't quite sure, and we didn't really want to think that he was coming off to go to the toilet. But when he got back out there, he showed a lot of application and to go on with his innings after feeling quite unwell, and he didn't spend too much time around the guys. Obviously he's a bit crook, so he's in the sheds with the doctor and going through the hot and cold sweats. But he batted really well at the start with Davey, obviously, until lunch, and then when he came back out later on, he applied himself again and did so again in the second innings as well. So from a young guy on his first trip to the subcontinent, it was great to see.
9 for 200 odd Australia were late on day one. They had their whites on ready to bowl when Mitch was batting with Josh Hazlewood, and they kept their whites on. They didn't get a chance to come out. They batted through to the close. He makes 60 odd, hits 4 sixes. Josh Hazlewood batted for 21 balls without scoring. Just talk about batting with Josh and how important it is to have a partner who can anchor it and let you do your thing.
The conversations are a lot different between Josh and I and someone like Steve and I. It's quite intense batting out there with Steve in the second innings, but with Josh, it's having a laugh at each other pretty much. I almost got in their head by Umesh Yadav bouncer, and he came down at the end of the over and said, "Geez, you nearly headbutted that one." So it was the chats are a bit different. I think we keep it pretty light-hearted, and obviously spend a lot of time on and off the field together. So it's more having a laugh and trying to keep each other relaxed out there and score a few runs in the process. So it was just a great time to bat out with Josh again.
Perfect timing. 260 Australia were all out for. They get the ball in their hand. Big incision from Josh Hazlewood. Steve Smith, great bowling change, brings back Starc here. 2 wickets in and over. Pujara, a snorter, past his nose, gloves it through to Matthew Wade. And in the crucial wicket of Virat Kohli's second ball. Talk us through your emotions. You're pretty pumped up, pumping your fist up when you picked up him. Just talk us through how you feel when you pick up arguably the best player in the world's second ball.
Yeah, look, we know he's going to be a huge wicket for our team, even going on in this series, and it was for the first test match of the series as well. So to get him out for naught was pretty exciting, I think, as we saw from the whole group. And he scored 3 double centuries in the last 3 series, so it probably went a long way to getting some inroads into that middle order. And I think the way that Steve ripped through their middle and tail as well showed how much we can get on a run when we stay up and about and apply ourselves more than the opposition. So yeah, it was a nice over. It was good to play a part with the ball in the first innings, not so much in the second. Josh and I didn't have to bowl too much, but I think he's going to be a huge wicket for us going forward in this series as well.
So he's made 60 odd, taken 2 crucial wickets, and Steve O'Keefe comes on. What are you thinking at lunchtime on day 2 when he gets the ball? And so Steve's first spell wasn't going so well. Went out and had a bowl at lunch in the middle. You're all having your lunch, having a breather, feet up, having a bottle of Powerade or something, and you see your spinner going out to have a bowl and just exhaust himself in the centre. What were you thinking then?
I don't think he can exhaust himself. He bowls about 4,000 balls a week, whether it be in front of the mirror or out in the wicket. So he just loves bowling, and I think that showed in how he performed this test match. He loved every wicket he got. He showed a lot of raw emotion, and to someone to take 12 wickets in a test match in India was huge for our team, but I think huge for him and his confidence as well going forward. So it was great to see him do well. As we said, he showed a lot of raw emotion out there, and I think just how much it really meant to him and how much it meant to our team as well.
Some of the most exciting scenes on that day, on that second afternoon for Australian cricket fans. It was quite remarkable. Going into day 3, really important that Steve Smith and Mitchell Marsh laid a foundation in that last hour with wickets falling, and of course Steve's innings of 109, his 18th test century, probably the grittiest he's played, given several chances but stuck it out. That must have been inspirational in the rooms.
Yeah, 100%. You need some luck in cricket, and he got that, but he carried on. He applied himself, and I think second innings runs in India on that sort of wicket are really crucial to going towards building a really good lead and obviously trying to win a test match. So for him to score 100 the way he did, as I said before, he really led from the front. It was great to watch, I think, as a group, and then it was really nice to be out there and see him perform so well from the other end as well. So it's a huge moment for us in the second innings and really, I guess, led us on to play the way we did for the rest of the test match.
Big guy here couldn't get a bowl in the second innings. Only got 2 overs. Hazlewood 2 himself, so they're very fresh for Bangalore. Steve O'Keefe did the job again with 6 wickets and Nathan Lyon 4. Bowled them out in less than 2 sessions. And, well, as it's all said and done, Australia go up 1-0 heading into Bangalore. You couldn't have... I mean, let's be honest. We can be honest here with our viewers at Kookburra and all that. You couldn't have possibly thought a week ago you'd be up 1-0 going to Bangalore.
Well, I think we all believed that we could go one up, but I think the way it transpired and the way it sort of happened over 3 days, I didn't think anyone would have thought it went that way. So it's I think it showed the belief of this young group. We've come a long way since, I guess, the Hobart Test back in the home summer. So I think that belief's always been there. But the way that we applied ourselves and showed some really gritty character, I think, is really great for this young group going forward in this series. But a great week for us as well.
That's about enough for us today. All out cricket and the Kookburra Cricket, of course, fuelled by Kookburra Cricket. This is the final word. Adam Collins and Mitchell Starc, thanks for playing along today. We'll see you next week.
I'm Peter Hanscom, and what I look for in a bat is a very nice pickup. Looking for a weight around 2.9 for the long format and around 2.10 for the shorter format, so I can try and muscle the ball over the fence a couple of times. This summer I'll be using the Kahuna bat. I like them because they've got a nice rounded face and also some really big edges, so when you time the ball it comes off sweetly.